It's definitely autumn. Some of it's really composted down, some of it's hardly composted at all. It doesn't matter, it's going to the top of the garden. The sun, I think, belies the temperature. In the sun it's quite lovely, but, well, we're into woolly jumpers. I think it's the last day of September. The temperature's 11 degrees. 10 days ago it was 21 degrees. For Fahrenheit lovers, that's going from about 70 to 50. Not the weather for sitting still, but I don't intend to sit still today. Around the edges of the bin it's really quite dry, despite the fact that I was watering the bins as well. You know, a long, hot, dry year this year. But it's usable. These brassicas were planted 3 weeks ago from their modules that they've been sitting in since April, May or so. Too long. Oh, that's going to go over there. But you can see they're growing. And that was the whole point of getting them out of the modules. Because in the modules they weren't going to do anything, but in the ground they had half a chance. I've taken those nets off because they'll be too small eventually. I'm going to put the bigger nets on today. I'm optimistic. But before I put the nets on, I'm going to use a lot of that material from the compost bin. Despite the fact that it's, as I said, some of it is barely composted, it won't matter because I'm actually, in this case, I'm using it as a mulch rather than as a compost. Because although I'll put the big nets on now, because there are still a few cabbage white butterflies around, I'd like to have the nets off at some point in the winter. So to put all this compost bin detritus down now will just protect the soil from any really battering winter rains, although I'm coming to the conclusion that we're no longer a wet country. So just before I do, quickly just have out, one footprint, any little weeds. We have had a bit of rain in the last couple of weeks. Morning, Rosie. We've had a bit of rain in the last couple of weeks, and until just now, until just now, it's been relatively warm, and so of course the weeds have proliferated. Right, let's get this detritus on. That compost bin, get my leg around. It's been on the go all year, I mean, literally since the beginning of the year, and I do compost absolutely everything and anything I can, but despite that, you can see it was only about half full. Half full for a whole year of composting. Well, 8 months. You don't get much. And this will continue to rot down over the winter. By the spring, by sort of March or so, there'll be almost nothing to show for what I've put on the top today. Twiggy bits, and that'll be it. A few. Oh, I could do with my bucket. I'll carry on. I'll put it down both the sides as well and in between the plants. Get the soil really well covered. Blue water piping, scrounged out of a skip, a length of environment mesh and a basket full of pegs to peg down the sides. Simple. We have been having showers, but that wasn't too bad. But still, really not very much rain at all. Enough rain to make the weeds grow, but not enough to really soften this soil. Just go in as far as I can, as good as I can. What I have to do. Get that one in a bit more. When I come to take the environment mesh off, after, I'm going to use my hands, better grip I think. Yeah, when I come to take the environment mesh off, after the last of the butterflies, oh worm, come on buddy, here's some lovely soily compost to get into. I'll leave the poles in place for a while, just in case. Rock hard. But oh la la. What I learnt to my detriment, I think it was not last winter, the winter before, I'd left them all in place in order to maybe chuck the fleece back on if needs be. However, these provided perfect pigeon pecking patches. So I think one of the reasons I get away with less pigeon damage in the brassicas is I just don't give them any structures to sit on. Well, famous last words. Good. Welly boot. Oh, it's not going anywhere. If you've got any nets up still, especially if they're ones which are a bit more open weave, do make sure they're pinned to the floor really, really well, so that if, for example, a ground feeding bird hops along and somehow gets under and then gets trapped, or at the moment hedgehogs will be about getting their last bit of food before they start to think about hibernating again. We don't want them getting under and in and trapped. So do make sure your edges are well pinned down. Come on. Oh, I can't even get that in. Good. was rather hoping to avoid doing noisy jobs today, strimming, because, well, generally it's been quite a lovely, peaceful, quiet day, but as you can see, the grass really needed doing, especially on this path and the next one over, where the pumpkins have been sprawling. I haven't been able to get at it. The warm September, a bit of rain, it's made it go bonkers, but now for a lovely, lovely quiet job, which is going to help the brassicas too. Hooray for a nice quiet job. And now I'll go around all the gutters, scoop it up. Where the strimmings have gone onto the beds, it'll stay. Ooh, compost on the beds. But this I will scoop up for two reasons. One, because I don't want to leave it all in the gutters decaying, because it would be the perfect spot for slugs to hide or fornicate, and I'm not having any of that on my garden. But also because it's going to make a fantastic extra bit of mulch for the brassica beds. By the time I've gone around the whole garden doing this, I have a truck full. Yay. The light is changing so quickly, it feels quickly. It's a little after 2 in the afternoon. My shed is already in deep shade. But the rays, the light is so beautiful. These long, low, soft rays. Gorgeous. It's not enough to do both sides, but it's a start. My body is telling me it's nearly time to pack up. So I'll get the net on this now. Can you see from there in the background? Still lots and lots of tomatoes to pick. Let's just wait for that plane to go. there's still a lot of tomatoes to pick. I have already picked so many. So many. I'm at the stage of pick one granny trolley full a day, get it home, get them processed, come back in a couple of days, do the same again. Oh la la. Oh, I've trapped a little blue in there. No, don't go in there. A little blue butterfly. But as the temperatures are dropping, I am keeping my eye on the nighttime temperature with reference to the tomatoes, because we're getting down to about 7 or 8 at the moment, which is about what the tomatoes will tolerate. Below that, they all need to come out. However, the week ahead, it looks like the temperatures at night are going to be 10 or 11, so they can stay for now. I'll pick them, obviously the red ones now I'll pick and take home today. As for all the green ones, probably what will happen is that in about another week's time, it might take 2, possibly 3 trips, crazily, is that I will come back, pick all the green ones, get them home and simply set them in my front window to ripen. Simple. It's all so simple. This little blue butterfly wants to get back in, but no, I don't want to trap you. Pull it tight-ish. So now, exactly as I did with the other, roll my edges under and peg them down, which is going to take me a little while. So I'll get on with that. I've got a few more brassicas to plant out over there and re-net them with the clear nets rather than the green nets. But yeah, it's all taking me quite a while today. That's okay. I don't have anywhere else to be. But because it's going to take me a while, it will get really boring for all of you to stay here. So I'm going to say cheerio to you all. Look after yourselves. Look after your autumn gardens or your spring gardens. Yay, spring in parts of the world. Whatever you do, wherever you are, try to enjoy it. Cheerio.